Well, hey everybody. Thanks for joining us on this week's Small Talk video. I've got my buddy here today. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm a happy elephant. My parents named me Morey. I'd like it very much if you would tell a Bible story.
Yes, Morey really loves Bible stories, and you are in luck today, Morey, because we have a really powerful story about a man named Stephen from a long, long time ago.
Oh, how long ago?
Well, like 2,000 years ago when the church was just getting started. It was the very, very early days of the church. Jesus had just risen from the dead, and more people were deciding to follow Jesus. The church was growing and growing and growing, and so they needed more people to help. And specifically, they needed more people to help with the poor and for those who were widows in helping them get enough to eat. And so the church appointed 7 people. They asked 7 people to help, including a man named Stephen, and they all said yes, and they got to work.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a really great ministry. What happened next?
Well, Morey, there were still lots of people who didn't believe in Jesus. They thought Jesus was a troublemaker. And so even though these people were doing great and wonderful things for the poor and for those who were widows, there were some people who didn't like what they were doing because they were talking to people about Jesus. They weren't just serving them food, but they were doing nice things for them and visiting with them and sharing the love of Jesus. So they made up lies about Stephen.
Oh, boy. You know what? That sounds a lot like what they did to Jesus.
You're right, Morey. That is very similar to what they did to Jesus. They made up lies about him too. And you know what else?
What?
Well, they decided that they were going to put Stephen to death.
Oh, no. What happened next?
Well, they did put Stephen to death, but as they were getting ready to throw stones at him, Stephen did something amazing. He prayed to God. He asked God to forgive those who were about to hurt him.
He did what? He prayed for those who were trying to kill him?
Yeah, he prayed for them. Not only did Stephen face his death willingly, but he did something very loving. He prayed for the people who were trying to hurt him. What do you think, Morey? Do you think you could pray for people who were mean to you like that?
Oh, I don't know. It would be very hard.
I agree that it would be very, very hard.
Oh, boy. This story, well, it's a sad story. I feel really sad for Stephen and how badly he was treated. But also, it's a totally amazing story. A story that's really inspiring. How brave Stephen was and how loving he was. I want to be like Stephen. I think I'm going to try next time someone's mean to me to pray for them.
I agree, Morey. It is a wonderful and inspiring story, even as it's a sad story. So, you know, when people are being mean to us, if you're a kid, great idea to get an adult involved, certainly. But even still, remember to pray for those who are unkind to you and trust that God will be with you. Thanks for joining us today on YouTube. We'll see you on the next video.